What's going on, guys? I'm Hunter, as you know, and I am finally making one of these videos. This will be the first installment or episode or whatever you want to call it, hopefully of quite a few. I've got 8 different meals planned for these things, so we'll see how that goes. I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. I'm very passionate about food, something I've always wanted to do, something I've always wanted to pursue, and so I figured 2022, why not? I'm going to need your guys' honest reviews on everything that I do. Most of these recipes are stuff I've come across or stuff that I've just kind of made up in my head or things I've tried at a restaurant that I wanted to adapt to something easy to make at home. So I need your honest reviews. Tell me things you do like, things you don't like. Tell me how you like me making these. Any suggestions you guys have, I am open. I am all ears. So let's get into this thing. Today, what I'm going to be making for you is one of Zoe and I's absolute favorite dishes to eat. This is my spicy honey cashew turkey. The spicy honey cashew turkey is a nice, sweet and creamy sauce that you cook your turkey breast in with a nice kick at the end. It's paired perfectly with jasmine rice and broccoli. I think this meal will be a big hit for everybody. So let's get started. First things first, we're going to start with the rice because the rice usually takes the longest. I'm going to be using an Instant Pot because that's what I've found is the easiest way and the most perfect way to make my rice. You can use whatever method that you like to use with making rice, but this is how I do it. First thing you're going to want to do is measure out your rice. Usually I do 2 cups of rice for Zoe and I, and that makes about 4 plates of food. If you're making more, I usually do a cup per person per 2 plates. So what we're going to do is measure our rice. Next, we're going to wash it. Washing your rice is essential for it to not get sticky and clumpy. It'll actually fall apart a lot easier when you're trying to eat it and help it cook more evenly. I know the common rule of thumb is to do 1 cup of water for 1 cup of rice, but what I actually like to do is I would like to do about 2/3 chicken stock to 1/3 water. It really flavors the rice, and you don't have to add a whole lot to it after that. We're also going to add in some garlic and some paprika. Since that's going to take the longest, we are going to let it sit and steam for 20 minutes after it's done cooking. Next up, we need to prepare the sauce. The sauce is the best part of this meal. You're going to need a food processor or a blender, whichever one you have works. Making it for Zoe and I, again, roughly 2 plates. I take 4 to 5 big spoonfuls of cashews, 4 to 5 big spoonfuls of honey, 1 garlic clove, some onion powder, a dried pepper, or if you don't have a dried pepper, some red pepper flake will work great, a drizzle of sesame oil, a splash of soy sauce just for color, white pepper. Now, white pepper smells horrible, but it's the best way to get that peppery flavor without getting the big black chunks, changing the consistency of your food, and it just tastes great. It's the purest form of pepper. Paprika and heavy whipping cream. Now, if you don't have heavy whipping cream, I searched like 5 different stores to find some, and I couldn't find it. Some half and half and butter will suffice, which is what I'm going to be using in this video. Now, something about my cooking, I really don't measure things out, and it kind of makes it hard to teach people how to cook, but just do it to whatever tastes good. I constantly am tasting and trying things. I've tried to write down measurements, it just never works, for me anyways. So, the heavy whipping cream, you're going to add in there for a little bit of thickness and consistency, and then a little bit of olive oil just to help blend everything together. What you want is a runny but solid sauce. This is going to thicken up as we cook it here in a little bit, but this is the consistency that you're going for. We're going to dry off our turkey breasts to help them take seasoning a little better and to get a crispier skin on them. For our turkey breast, you can use chicken breast for this. We like turkey breast, it's just something different. For the turkey breast, we're going to cut them into nice even pieces, as even as we can. I like the bigger chunks We buy this pre-sliced turkey breast. It's the perfect thickness for this meal. And what we're going to do is just cut them nice and even so that everything cooks evenly. Now once you've cut your turkey breasts, we're going to pre-season these a little bit before they hit the pan. We just need to season one side. The sauce is going to do the rest. We're going to season this with some paprika and some onion powder, a little salt and a little bit of pepper, not a whole lot. Again, we have the white pepper in the sauce. So what we're going to do is we're going to brown our turkey. We're not going to fully cook it because it needs to cook in the sauce and we don't want it to be overdone and chewy. Now, I always recommend using a non-stick pan or something large. The smaller the pan with the more meat you put in it, you're actually going to steam the meat and it's going to be chewy and it's not going to get that nice brown finish that we're wanting. So we're going to throw in a little bit of olive oil and a dash of sesame oil, and we're going to throw our turkey breast. Once your turkey breast has been browned, now comes the best part. We're going to add our sauce. As we pour our sauce in, we're going to keep stirring and turn our temperature down. All we're wanting to do is simmer the sauce so that it just cooks in with the meat, and the flavor and everything, as Kevin says, is going to get to know each other in the pot. Just make sure you continue to stir this as it cooks. Up next is our broccoli. Super simple. I like to cook these in a wok. What I like to do is I like to cut the broccoli down into long, skinny pieces. I like to cut each crown or floret, I guess, into long, slender pieces. Makes it a little bit easier to cook, and you get more broccoli per bite. We're going to cook these in some olive oil, a little bit of soy sauce, and some sesame oil. Now, you've noticed that sesame oil has been in most everything that we've cooked so far. We call that an echo. The reason it's in the sauce, we cook our turkey with it, and we're going to cook our broccoli with it, is we want the same flavors to kind of combine to make a little medley on the plate. So as we cook our broccoli, we're just going to sit here and toss it in the wok. We want it to be that bright green color. Obviously the soy is going to tone that down a little bit, but the color that we're going for is bright green, a little bit of browning on the florets themselves, and that'll make your perfect broccoli for this dish. This is going to be the crunch that we're missing to tie this whole thing together. All right, our rice is done. Now is our time to plate. We end up mashing it all together, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to make it look cool. So I'm going to put my broccoli off to the side. We're going to put the rice next to it. We're going to put a big old heaping pile of this amazing honey cashew turkey. I'm so excited to eat this. Well, there you have it, guys. That is my take on a spicy honey cashew turkey. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you try it. Please give me some advice on these videos. I mean, I'm doing this for you guys. I had a ton of fun making it. I hope you had some fun with me. And until next time, see ya.